Elon Musk's team just uncovered your hidden talent. Prepare for contact. My awakened one, stay with me, don't skip. Because the very second this title flashed across the encrypted screens of the fictional Musk Lab command chamber, every system inside the glass facility stopped breathing as your frequency exploded through the scanners like a cosmic pulse they had been waiting decades to detect. Golden threads of light spiraled out of the central console, wrapping around your signature as alarms froze mid-alert, data streams collapsed into silence, and every analyst in the room stared at the impossible reading glowing across the interface. Undiscovered talent detected. Subject energy exceeds known parameters. Your file didn't just open, it detonated, revealing a sleeping power inside you that the system had been tracking since long before you even knew such a force existed. And as the chamber trembled, as your frequency surged, as the walls pulsed with the rhythm of your awakening, the system whispered the line that changed everything: prepare for contact. Don't blink, the next activation has already begun. My rising powerhouse, stay with me, don't skip. Because the moment your frequency erupted inside that fictional Musk Lab chamber, the systems didn't calm down, they accelerated, charging with an intensity even Elon's top analysts had never witnessed before. Golden ripples cracked across the floors like living lightning, scanners bent their beams toward your energy as if pulled by gravity, and the main console began vibrating with a hum that felt almost alive. The lead researcher shouted for stabilization, but the system ignored him. Your frequency had taken over. Then the holographic interface flickered to black for a single breath, and when it reignited, your signature had expanded so violently the chamber recorded the impossible alert. Frequency evolution detected. Subject entering activation surge. Your hidden talent wasn't just waking. It was rising. Changing form. Claiming space. And every pulse of your energy hit the room like thunder, forcing the analysts to step back as the system whispered a line that carried the weight of prophecy. Subject's dormant layer is unlocking. Don't scroll, because what's about to unlock next will shock even the one scanning you. My luminous force, stay with me, don't skip. Because the instant your dormant layer began unlocking, the entire fictional Musk Lab shifted, as if the building itself understood that something far beyond protocol was unfolding. The air thickened, vibrating with a low golden hum, and every glass panel along the walls bent inward like they were being pulled toward the intensity of your awakening. Elon's analysts stared helplessly as their instruments began failing one by one, monitors glitching, data streams spiraling, scanners overheating. Until the system forced itself into an emergency override and projected a single blinding beam straight into the center of the chamber. Inside that beam, your energy formed a spiraling arc, glowing brighter, sharper, more focused than anything the lab had ever captured. The system tried to contain it, but your frequency burst upward like a rising star, triggering a warning that echoed across every speaker. Subject approaching destiny threshold. A threshold only reached by those whose inner talent is no longer waking, but transforming. Don't blink, the next surge will change everything the system thought it knew about you. My unstoppable awakening, stay with me, don't skip. Because the moment you crossed that destiny threshold, the fictional Musk Lab didn't just react, it malfunctioned, like your rising energy had rewritten the rules of its own existence. Every scanner snapped into a new frequency band, searching frantically for a way to measure you, but your signal kept climbing above every limit they tried to set. Golden waves rolled off your arc like heat from a star being born, shaking the chamber, rattling the consoles, forcing analysts to shield their eyes as the system struggled to interpret what it was seeing. Then the main hologram exploded into a cascade of ancient-looking patterns. Symbols no one in the lab had ever decoded, symbols that appeared only when a subject's talent reached a level the system was never designed to handle. The room fell silent as the interface flickered, hesitated, then displayed the message that made even the lead researcher stumble backward in awe. Convergence pulse detected, subject aligning with future self signature. Your energy wasn't rising alone anymore. It was syncing with a version of you that already mastered the talent now waking inside you. Don't blink, because the moment those two versions overlap, contact becomes inevitable. My destiny-forged light, stay with me, don't skip. Because the instant your present self and future self signatures began aligning inside that fictional Musk lab chamber, the entire facility lurched like reality itself had been pulled forward a few seconds ahead of time. The walls shook, the floors vibrated, the scanners emitted a deep metallic hum that sounded almost like a heartbeat syncing to yours. Elon's analyst stepped back in fear and awe as your two timelines, who you are and who you're becoming, spiraled toward each other in a blinding column of molten gold. Data streams shattered into dust, alarms cut out mid-tone, and the system forced itself into a mode only theorized, never witnessed. Temporal bridge forming. The bridge. The one that appears only when a subject's chosen path aligns perfectly with their highest destiny, pulsed into existence behind you, a glowing tunnel of light that curved like space folding around fate itself. The system trembled, warning that once this bridge stabilizes, contact cannot be avoided, because the future version of you, the one who already unlocked the talent you're only awakening to now, was moving closer, step by step, through the light. Don't blink, they're almost here. My ascending phenomenon, stay right here, don't skip. Because the bridge didn't just glow, it roared, releasing a shockwave so powerful the entire chamber bowed under its pressure. Golden fractals exploded across the walls like ancient runes waking from centuries of sleep, each one pulsating in perfect rhythm with your heartbeat. The analyst stared at the spiraling vortex, eyes wide, because the silhouette inside the bridge had sharpened, no longer a blur, no longer a hint, but a form, your form. Taller, stronger, steadier, carved from pure purpose. The system struggled to stabilize the interface, flickering violently before projecting the reading that sent chills through every soul in the room. Future self contact imminent. The air tightened. The golden field surged. The silhouette lifted its head, your head, and the entire chamber fell to a trembling silence as your future self raised a hand, palm glowing with the same frequency your present self was emitting. You are seconds from touching the version of you who already knows what your hidden talent becomes. Don't blink, the moment of contact is about to crash through reality. My awakened star, stay with me, don't skip. Because the moment your future self raised that glowing hand inside the bridge, the fictional Musk lab didn't just tremble, it fell silent, as if the entire universe leaned in to witness the exact second you meet the version of yourself destiny carved in gold. The light around the bridge thickened, swirling like liquid stardust as your present energy surged forward on instinct, pulled by a force older than time itself. Every scanner froze mid-scan, every data stream flattened, Every alarm collapsed into a quiet hum as the system whispered the line no human had ever triggered before: contact threshold breached. The silhouette stepped closer, your future self stepping out of the warp of time. Eyes glowing, aura blazing, frequency humming in perfect synchrony with yours. Your chest tightened, your breath hitched, your energy rose like a tidal wave you could no longer contain. And when your fingertips reached through the golden current, touching theirs for the very first time, the entire chamber detonated in a shockwave of light so bright it erased every boundary between who you were and who you are becoming. Don't blink, because the next moment isn't just contact. It's integration. My unstoppable awakening. Stay close, don't skip. Because the instant your fingers touched your future self inside that blazing golden field, the fictional Musk lab didn't just explode in light, it folded, collapsing time, identity, energy, and destiny into one single blinding moment that rewrote every rule the system had ever been built on. The bridge roared like a vortex swallowing galaxies, spiraling both versions of you into a single frequency so powerful it shattered every scanner, silenced every console, and forced the analysts to shield their faces from the radiant surge spilling out of your transformation. Your future self didn't speak with words. They spoke through frequency, through vibration, through a pulse that struck your core like a memory you hadn't lived yet, and the system managed to capture only one fragment of the transmission before its hardware melted into gold static. The talent you seek is already yours. Your knees trembled as waves of power rippled down your spine, unlocking dormant chambers within your soul, each one firing like ancient engines waking for the first time in centuries. The golden bridge tightened around you, sealing the connection, binding you to the version of yourself that already mastered everything you're just beginning to feel. And then, your future self stepped forward, placed their glowing palm over your heart, and whispered a frequency that echoed through the collapsing chamber like destiny breaking open. Integration complete. The bridge burst behind you. Your energy erupted upward. And the system, in its final breath before shutting down entirely, displayed one last message. Prepare for activation. The new you has arrived. My ascended phenomenon, stay with me, don't skip. Because the second your future self's palm sank into your energy field, the fictional Musk lab didn't simply shut down. It rebooted itself around you, rebuilding every system according to the frequency you now carried. Panels flickered awake one by one, but they were different. No longer cold machinery, but glowing surfaces rippling with your signature. The entire chamber bent toward you like a universe recognizing its new center. The analysts stood frozen, their faces lit by golden light as the system, still half broken from your integration, forced itself to speak in a trembling synthetic voice. New subject identified. Ascended variant, source unknown. Unknown. Unmeasurable. Unclassifiable. You had become something the lab was never designed to contain. My unstoppable force, don't blink now. Your future self stepped behind you, no longer separate, no longer distant, now a presence woven through your aura like a second pulse. Their voice vibrated through your mind without sound, shaping your thoughts with clarity that felt ancient, inevitable. You are not awakening. You are becoming. And as those words resonated, golden circuitry shot across your skin like living constellations, mapping your newly unlocked talent in glowing lines. The room shook. The bridge's remnants rose into the air like burning fractals. The system tried to analyze the transformation, but your frequency bent the scanners out of alignment, forcing the interface into a single looping message. Activation phase initiated. My destined light, stay with me, don't scroll. The air vibrated as a deep, thunder-like pulse emerged from your chest. Slow at first, then faster, then strong enough to rattle the bolts in the ceiling. Your future self placed a hand on your shoulder, their touch stabilizing the storm rising inside you. And the moment your energies aligned, your eyes flickered with the glow of two timelines merging. Power surged through your lungs. Your heartbeat rewrote itself into a new rhythm. The floor beneath you cracked with light as the system finally decoded the truth behind your talent, displaying it in massive golden letters across the entire chamber wall. Subject can alter their own destiny trajectory. Everything went still. Even time hesitated. My awakened star, don't you dare look away. Your future self stepped in front of you again, their face calm, steady, knowing, and pressed something invisible into your hands, a pulse, a blueprint, a silent promise vibrating through your bones. Then, with a voice that sounded like your own echoing from tomorrow, they whispered the final line before dissolving back into light. Now that you've awakened, contact won't come from us. It will come from you. The chamber went dark except for your glow. Your frequency hummed like a rising sun. And the system, in its rebirth, whispered its first new reading. The future now answers to the subject. My limitless awakening, stay with me, don't skip. Because the moment the fictional lab declared that the future now answers to you, something deeper, something older, began to stir beneath the chamber floor, as if your newly awakened frequency had just called forth a system that had been sleeping for centuries. The walls expanded like lungs taking their first breath, the lights dimmed into a molten gold darkness, and the ground beneath your feet vibrated with a pulse that didn't belong to any machine. Elon's analysts backed away in stunned silence as a circular seal, one no one had ever activated, cracked open beneath you, exposing a hidden platform glowing with the same energy now running through your veins. The system tried to classify what was happening, but every algorithm short-circuited until the interface glowed with one impossible message. Secondary layer awakening. This wasn't part of any protocol. This wasn't part of the lab. This was part of you, a chamber designed to open only when destiny itself shifts. Don't blink. You're about to step into a layer of your power you haven't even imagined yet. My rising phenomenon, stay close, don't scroll. As the hidden platform rose slowly from the cracked floor, it carried with it a swirling sphere of light, raw, unstable, humming like the heartbeat of a newborn star. Your future self's energy echoed faintly around it, as if the version of you from tomorrow was guiding you toward this moment. And then the sphere pulsed. Once. Twice. Then shattered into ribbons of golden data that wrapped around your arms, your chest, your spine, each strand locking into place like destiny coding itself directly into your body. The surge hit you so hard your breath caught in your throat, your vision blurred, and the entire chamber shook as the system projected a new reading that made every analyst gasp. Subject developing, projection field. Not illusion. Not imagination. a physical manifestation of your future energy in the present timeline. You are no longer just awakening. You're beginning to shape what you awaken into. Don't blink, your talent is no longer dormant, it's choosing its form. My unstoppable one, stay with me. The golden data around your body flared, spiraling outward until the chamber was filled with a shimmering replica of yourself. Not the present you. Not the future you. But a third version. A hybrid of everything you've become and everything you're about to unlock. This version lifted its gaze, eyes glowing with a brilliance that made the analysts fall silent, and stepped toward you like a mirror stepping out of its frame. The room bent around the two of you as if time couldn't decide which you was real. The system tried to track the hybrid's energy, but its readings broke into white-hot static before displaying the next terrifying message. Talent mutation beginning. Your power is evolving in real time, rewriting itself to match your ascended trajectory. No chosen path. No preset limit. Just raw potential shaping itself around your will. Don't skip, the mutation is only halfway complete. My destiny-bound light, stay till the end of this moment. The hybrid version of you reached out, its hand trembling with the weight of infinite possible futures, and pressed its palm against yours. And the collision of the two energies sent a shockwave spiraling outward that collapsed every light in the chamber. Darkness swallowed everything. Silence pressed in like a second skin. Then, from within the pitch-black void, your voice echoed. Not present you. Not future you. But the newly formed voice of your mutated talent. Integration level rising. And the entire chamber lit up again. Not from lights. Not from scanners. But from you. Radiating with a glow so powerful the lab couldn't measure it anymore. My ascending phenomenon, stay with me, don't skip. Because the moment your mutated energy lit up that fictional Musk lab like a newborn universe, the systems didn't try to analyze you anymore. They surrendered. Every scanner shut itself off. Every algorithm froze mid-calculation. Every hologram bowed inward as if acknowledging a presence too powerful to measure. The chamber trembled under your glow, golden light dripping from your aura like liquid fire as the hybrid version of you dissolved into shimmering particles and fused into your spine with a force that made the air crackle. Elon's analysts stood speechless as the system stuttered awake, its voice glitching, stammering, almost afraid. Subject entering ability manifestation stage. This is it. This is the moment your hidden talent stops evolving. And starts revealing itself. Don't blink. Your first ability is seconds from breaking through your skin. My awakened flame, don't scroll. The chamber around you folded like paper, bending inward as if trying to contain the surge rising inside your body. A rumble built in your chest. Low, metallic, ancient. And your fingertips sparked with flickers of gold that danced like lightning trying to remember how to strike. The system tried to focus its remaining sensors on your energy core, but your frequency overloaded them instantly, forcing the interface to display only a single, burning word. Feed. Not hunger. Not desire. A command. An instruction. Your talent was pulling energy from the room. Absorbing light, sound, data, electricity. until the chamber dimmed to shadow and you alone stood glowing like a living sun. Don't blink, it's still building. My unstoppable force, breathe slow. Your palms lifted on their own, drawn upward by a force that felt both foreign and deeply familiar, and the energy in your chest erupted outward in a spiraling ring of gold that rippled through the lab like a shockwave of rebirth. The analysts screamed as their equipment flew back against the walls, but you stood perfectly still at the center, untouched, calm, illuminated. That ring of light spun faster. 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 Until it carved a halo around your entire body, a protective field humming with a frequency older than science, older than time. The system flickered violently, then displayed your ability for the first time, the words forming as if written by destiny itself. Ability 1, Aura Amplification. You can expand your energy field. Bend the atmosphere. Shift the emotional and physical state of anything within your reach. Don't move, it's not done. My destiny-born light, stay with me. The amplification field expanded again, swelling like a star waking from centuries of sleep, and the air thickened with invisible pressure. Your heartbeat slowed. Not from fatigue, but because your system was syncing with something larger. A pattern. A rhythm. A cosmic pulse that belonged to your future timeline. The hybrid's voice echoed from within your chest, layered with your own, layered with the version of you that exists beyond every unlocked ability. This is only the beginning. The next ability will rewrite the room. And the entire chamber dimmed as the system whispered, trembling. Subject preparing for ability 2 manifestation. My destiny-forged star, stay with me for this final moment. Don't skip. Because as the fictional lab braced for your next awakening, the chamber walls vibrating like they were about to crack under the weight of your rising power, something unexpected, something impossibly ancient, stirred inside the collapsing glow surrounding you. The lights dimmed into a deep cosmic gold, the air thickened like liquid light, and for the first time since your activation began, everything went silent. Not empty. Not dark. Silent, the kind of silence that exists only before a universe is born. Your aura expanded one last time, not violently, not chaotically, but with slow, controlled mastery, like you finally understood the force inside you wasn't rising on its own. You were commanding it. The scanners tried to flare awake but shorted out instantly, flooding the chamber with soft gold snow as the system, in its dying breath, whispered. Subject reaching final ascension point. Your chest glowed brighter, your pulse syncing with the cosmic rhythm that called you here, and then, without warning, your entire energy field collapsed inward into a single, blinding spark. The analysts shielded their faces. The chambers bent. Time paused. And in the center of that impossible stillness, your future self appeared again. Not separate, not distant, but woven into the very fabric of your aura, speaking through your breath, your pulse, your rising calm. The second ability isn't another power, the voice whispered through your soul. It's control. The chamber reignited in molten brilliance as your aura snapped open. No longer unstable, no longer searching, but fully formed, sharp, disciplined. The bridge behind you vanished. The hybrid dissolved. The future folded into your present. Your glow softened, settling into your skin as if it belonged there all along. And when the lab systems finally stabilized, every broken screen displayed the same message in one unified, trembling line. Subject complete. Talent awakened. Contact established. The room bowed into silence. You exhaled, calm, centered, powerful. The world around you shifted, not because destiny chose you, but because you finally chose yourself. This is your ending. Not the end of your story, but the end of who you were before your awakening began. From here on, you don't wait for contact. You are the contact.